is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Just want to give this quick update for those of you that are interested in this heavyweight fight. I am, man. I'm not sure, well, I know it's not going to be televised here in the U.S., but when it gets uploaded to YouTube, I will definitely check this fight out. I think it's an interesting fight, man. Dillon Carman, a guy who I've done a few videos on up in Canada. He is the Canadian heavyweight champion. So I've done a few videos on him. For those of you that think you've heard of his name, last year, about a year ago almost, he beat Donovan Razor Ruddock. Yes, that Donovan Razor Ruddock. A different Donovan Razor Ruddock. Was he 51 years old? So his smash is a little bit rusty nowadays, but that smash punch he likes to throw, a little bit rusty. So yes, he is the guy to beat Donovan Razor Ruddock. And like I always say, man, if these old guys want to come back and make a run for it, instead of saying how much you think they should retire, how they should sit out, go in there and put him out of his misery. And I mean that in boxing terms, you know what I mean? But go in there and just knock him out, man. It's kind of like the problem people are having with Antonio Tarver right now. Just go knock his ass out, regardless of, whatever else. Just knock him out. Just put him out of his misery. But anyways, update on this fight, man. Now, he's supposed to fight Gary Cornish next month, September 9th. But he went on ahead, and I just seen this yesterday because I was just making sure this fight was still a go between Carman and Gary Cornish. Now, Cornish has recorded 2 victories since his KO loss to Anthony Joshua. I think he's like 23-1 now is his record. But Dillon Carman decided to take a fight in a few days here on the 6th. Today's the August 2nd. So this came out of nowhere. He scheduled a 10-rounder against a guy named Julien Collette, who was 8-4, who's been a pro for about 7 years, and he's only had 12 fights. So it should be a fight that Dillon Carman should win. But it's interesting that he just scheduled a fight, man, a month out from his fight with Gary Cornish. And I'm thinking he's doing it, man, just to get back in the rhythm of things. It's one thing to train, spar, road work, hit the bag in the mitts. It's one thing to do that, but there's nothing like actually preparing for a real fight. So his last fight was last year against Donovan Razor Ruddock. I think he's trying to get back in the flow of things. And just get, just sharpen up some of his skills, get the muscle memory back working again. And I think he's just scheduling the fight to get prepared for Gary Cornish. Anything can happen, man, so hope he doesn't get cut. Hope he doesn't break a hand, injure a knee. I just hope there's no injuries because I would like to see the fight with Gary Cornish. That fight with Cornish is going to be for the vacant Commonwealth British Empire heavyweight title. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that is a minor title, right? It's not one of the 4 recognized titles, WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF. But what I will say, the last few fights for that title have been against well-known fighters that have moved on to bigger and better things. Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Before that fight, Anthony Joshua beat Gary Cornish. And before that fight, Lucas Brown had beat Eric Martel Baholi. Baholi and Carman actually had a fight of the year, Canada's fight of the year, I believe 2014. Very entertaining fight. You can check it out on YouTube. And then even before that, David Price had fought for the title, a few times. And Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora before that. So usually the winner or the person that has this title, he does move on to bigger and better things. So I wouldn't see any difference with this fight. At least move into some type of eliminator type of fight, or just another step, against a known opponent. So I'm just getting this news out there, man. Dillon Carman, Big Country, has scheduled to take on one little preliminary fight before the Gary Cornish fight, but it's a month away from the fight with Cornish. So getting it out there, at the very least, man, I think this would be an entertaining fight. Cornish, big, strong guy, wants to come forward, use his jab, land that big right hand. Carman, 6'5", 80-inch reach. He makes for exciting fights at the very least. I know he's only 9-2, and he has the 1 KO loss. He has 8 knockout wins out of his 9. The 9 wins, he has 8 of them by KO. Now, his 2 losses, the 1 KO loss against Silveira Luis, that's questionable. You can go on YouTube and watch that fight. That was a very entertaining fight. That's one thing I can say about Carman, man. He will be in some entertaining fights because he lets his hands go. So for those of you that like those type of fights, he's the guy for you, you know. Now, can he get it done at the very high level? I guess that's something we'll, you know, question that needs to be answered when he gets in the ring. But as far as being entertaining and exciting, I think he's an exciting heavyweight fighter to watch. The Luis, the first fight with him, when he got stopped, he did get knocked down. He had his hands down, reaching in, got caught, believe, with a right hook by Luis. And Luis is a tough guy, man. He even made life hard for Oscar Rivas. I believe Rivas beat him by a split decision. He was fighting off his back foot, making it very hard for Rivas to catch him in that fight. So, yes, he did lose to Luis. He got up after being knocked down, and he got stopped on the ropes. I didn't think the fight should have been stopped. He was getting hit with some few shots, but when they stopped it, he was still, you know, he was still aware and he knew what was going on. You know, he was still coherent, in my opinion. Then he fought Luis in a rematch, and he knocked him out in the first round. So, I think it's going to be an entertaining fight, man. Carman versus Cornish, but I'm just rambling on now. But yeah, man, just getting this news out there that Carman's going to take one fight before Gary Cornish. So hopefully no injuries, and they get that fight on for that vacant Commonwealth British Empire heavyweight title. I'm out.